So for this one, we're actually going to change this function to something else entirely, all right? So it's going to be f of x equals x cubed minus 3x squared minus 13x plus 15, okay? So now, let's use 13. Let's find the possible zeros. So for p, we're going to use this 15. And the factors are 1, 3, 5, and 15. For q, what are the factors? Plus or minus 1. So then, p over q is plus or minus 1, 3, 5, and 15. So, to find the zeros, right, the process is do synthetic division with every single one until you get one that's 0. But again, that's very tedious, so I'm gonna allow you to do like the cheat, which means you get to plug that function into the calculator right here. So x to the power of 3 minus 3x squared minus 13x plus 15. Okay? That's what that looks like.
How do you do that?
So press the graph button.
Yeah.
And then press tab. And here, you're going to plug that in. So now, you can actually see all the zeros, right? Can you, just by looking at it, name a zero?
Yeah.
Like, what's this one here, right here?
1.
1, right? So 1 is a 0. Okay, so that's all I need from this right now. So what I do is this. I'm going to do direct substitution with 1. So here I put in 1, negative 3, negative 13, 15. Sorry, I'm doing synthetic substitution. Okay? 1, negative 3, negative 13, 15. Exponent of 3, 2, 1, 0. We're good. 1 comes down. 1, negative 2, negative 2, negative 15, negative 15, 0. Okay, you need to get that 0. And now, we expected that because this is a solution of the function. Okay, so now, this function, right, the f of x, we can rewrite that f of x as this. From here, you just do x minus whatever that number was. Okay? And now, this one, remember how we got the polynomial from here? It used to be x cubed. Now it's x squared minus 2x minus 15. Okay? So there we go. The next step is factor or use the quadratic formula to find the remaining zeros. So look, now we have f of x is equal to this. So now, I'm going to rewrite the x minus 1, but can we factor this one? It's x minus 5, x plus 3. Okay, so that's f of x. Okay. We set that equal to 0. And so now what do I get? X equals 1. X equals 5. X equals negative 3. All right, so those are the zeros. And is that exactly what showed on our graph? It did, right? So that's what we found.
So would we do this or would you just the graph?
Both. You have to do the process, but I'm allowing you to look at the graph in order to determine the first zero. Otherwise, you would have had to do like synthetic division with several of them until you got one that's 0. Okay? Okay, we're going to do another one. Okay? We're going to do another one. So take a look at this. Now, we're going to do the same thing over again. So step 1 was do the p over q. So for p, this is what we're going to use. Factors of 15. 1, 3, 5, and 15. For q, we're going to use the 2 plus or minus 1, 2. Okay, P over Q, guys. Let's do this one. Plus or minus 1 over 1, 1 over 2. Okay? Then, it's what you did yesterday on the homework. So 3 over 1, 3 over 2. And then this next one, 5 over 1, 5 over 2. And then finally, the last one, 15 over 1, 15 over 2. Okay, now, second step was to do the synthetic substitution, right, in order to see which one is a 0. So, again, we're going to use the, the cheat. So here, go back to your calculators, please. Press tab, and then press the up arrow to get to here. Quick way to delete this is do Control, Delete, Enter. Now you've got a blank slate. So tab and type in this function, 2x to the power of 3 minus 5x squared minus 28x plus 15. Oh, look at all those zeros. Okay, now I'm just going to inspect this and pick 1 0. So take a look. The first one to the left, that looks like it's at -3. Then the second one, it's not an integer. I don't want that one. Okay? And then this one is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So either pick -3 or 5. Which one do you guys want to pick? 5. Okay? So we're going to do synthetic substitution with the 5. 2, -5, -28, 15. Okay, 2, 10, 5, 25, -3, -15, 0. You have to get a 0. So now let's write the function. F of x is, what's the first term? X minus that number up there. So what will it be? X minus this number, just x minus 5. Then, can someone tell me the polynomial from here?
Yeah, it's 2x to the power 2 plus 5x minus 3.
Precisely. So now, step 3 is we just find the zeros. So we're going to take that function set it equal to 0. Okay, this one's factored. Now we're going to factor this one. Okay? Okay, so let me show you an easy way to factor this. You see how there's a 2 in front? It's usually like harder for people to factor. Take that 2 and multiply it by the 3. So now what do you get? X squared plus 5x minus 6. Okay, so now that gives me x minus 5. Okay, x. I need two numbers that multiply to -6, add to 5. Positive -6 and positive 1. Okay, but now, you know how like there was a 2 in the front, but I took it out? That's not cool. Now I got to put it back. Put the 2 back. In both spots. Go with me on this. Okay? Now, there's always going to be one that you can simplify. So like this one, you can divide both by 2. Right? So now, so now that becomes x minus 3, 2x plus 1 equals 0. Okay, so now what are the zeros? X equals 5, 3, and x equals -1/2. So if you forgot how to factor, let's go over that in bonus, yeah? Okay. So those are the three answers
And how
here.
should we write them? Just like
That's
that?
it, just like that.
Okay.
And you see how it's consistent with your, with what you got here, okay?